On the Russian front, the raising of the long and terrible siege of Leningrad was one of the greatest of all Soviet victories so far. In the face of ghastly privations, the people of this city held on right in the front line, continually subjected to shelling and bombing. Life went on, and to give a faint idea of what it was like in Leningrad during the siege, here's a typical notice which says, during the bombardment, this side of the street is more dangerous. In spite of everything, work went on, and Leningrad's production of armaments included the construction of light, high-speed naval craft. Completed vessels were launched by crane, and from the river Neva, they went into action in defense of the city. Hundreds of miles to the south, on the right bank of the Dnieper, the ancient and vitally important city of Kiev was a prize the Germans intended never to relinquish. It's said to date from the 9th century, but however that may be, it was the birthplace of Russian and Ukrainian history. Towards the end of 1943, after forcing their way across the Dnieper, Red Army forces under General Vatutin, commanding the 1st Ukrainian Front, recaptured Kiev. The final phase in the storming of the city shows the Red Army fighting through to victory. Scenes of appalling desolation awaited the arrival of the Soviet forces. Kiev had been a battlefield, but in addition, the retreating Germans had gone all out to destroy it before they left. You can imagine the joy with which the people of Kiev greeted their liberating army, with what grief they mourned their dead, victims of German torture and massacre. The city itself was a shambles. Almost every building of importance was on fire or in ruins. That was the university. There's the railway station. The Pechersky monastery, founded in the 11th century, was destroyed. The Uspensky Cathedral, the Germans blew up. Destruction and pillage. That's the German way. Most of the loot they sent back to Germany. But here's a collection of copper utensils and samovars which in their hurry they had to leave behind. Everywhere there were signs of the occupation Kiev had had to endure. Buildings that had escaped destruction bore the notices for SS troops and police, or for Germans only. But now, down with the signs, for the capital of the Ukraine is in Soviet hands again. While the Red Army drives on to even greater triumph, the guns of Moscow salute the victors of Kiev.